Hi guys. So we're way up here, huh? You can see quite a view of my desk. And so this week, the prompt for the page by page with Sweet Pea Papers is embossing. I was going to say die cuts, but it's not. It's embossing. Embossing is the prompt. And so I thought it would be fun, instead of doing the embossing off the camera, I would do the embossing on the camera. I thought that that would be a lot more fun. So I'm going to use my Sizzix Big Shot, which is what this is. It's the only embossing like machine that I have, right? It's an manual hand crank one. It's amazing. I love it. I got it about a year ago and oh my gosh, I've like used it so much. So I'll tell you one thing to not do. Don't forget to put your like plastic pieces on top. Don't cut it directly on the mat, because look what I did. I cut into my, it's okay, it still works, but anyway. So I'm gonna, okay, the embossing folder that I'm gonna use is this one. This is, I think it's a Bow Bunny one, I'm not sure. It's pretty flowers. I love it. It's pretty. And I'm gonna use watercolor paper because I'm gonna work with some watercolor today. I think I'm going to play with watercolor on the embossing. I'm hoping it makes it pop, right? So I have two. So I'm going to make two of them. So first we're going to open this embossing folder and we're going to stick it in here like this, but not all the way because see, look, otherwise it will not close. That's like as far as it wants to be. That's fine. So with embossing folders, it shows you little instructions right here on the thing, right? It says for embossing folders, you just use the pink one. You don't use the green one with it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just follow the instructions like a good person. And I'm going to place it in between the two clear, what are these? I don't know. I forget what this is called. Plexiglass? I think it's called plexiglass. Okay, make sure it's kind of in there, and then I'm just sometimes it takes a little bit of muscle, especially the embossing folders. Come on. Also, my angle is not the greatest today. Okay, so I like to run it through twice. It probably doesn't need it for an embossing folder. It might even cut the paper a little bit. But watercolor paper is pretty hardy. Let's see what it did. Look at that. So beautiful. Oh, it came out perfect. Great. And it didn't cut the paper or anything. So I'm going to run one more of those because I want two of them. Ta-da! So basically, that's in the embossing machine. And it's basically, this is why I've said, I've mentioned before, someone asked like, well, what could you use if you didn't have one? And I heard that a pasta roller works. Because basically it's pressure. You're putting all this pressure in between these two things, right? That's what this is. It's running through it and putting all this pressure on it and, you know, creating the embossing or the cutting or the whatever it is. So theoretically, if you had dies or you had embossing folders, you could run it through like a pasta roller, or you could run it. We've talked about like a rolling pin, and I haven't tried that. I'm going to try it. I have a really good, big, heavy marble rolling pin, and I bet that that would work really good. I'm going to try it. I should have brought it down. But anyway, okay. So, hello, and I forgot to say, happy Friday, everybody. Yay! And I'm on time for once in my life. So I have a couple of exciting things I want to show you that I got. Okay, first I got, look at these. I got these tiny little Tim Holtz mini paper clips. Oh my goodness, they are so cute. And I'm so excited. I haven't even opened them, so I've been waiting to open them with you guys. Oh, look. Oh, look at how cute. Oh, they're darling. They're so cute. And look, my sister got me these little containers that I can put, and I'm going to put my little paper clips the little tiny ones so that they don't get lost. I can't just put them in with all the rest of my paper clips. They'll just get lost in the fray. So yay, so there's that. And then the other thing that came in is my Distress Ink Vintage Photo refill. Oh, I'm so excited. And I'm really, really hoping that this brings to life my vintage photo ink pad. And then if it works, what I plan to do is order a walnut Distress refill and see how that does. And maybe that will darken my walnut. I don't know. It's something that I'm going to play with. But anyway, so here is my vintage photo ink pad. I'm going to move all this stuff so that we don't make a mess. I'm actually going to grab my freezer board just in case. Okay. So I don't know if I need to like shake this stuff or does it have instructions? Eyedropper applicator. Eye contact may cause irritation. Do not take internally. I would hope not. And that is it. There's no instructions. Okay, well, I mean, I feel like it's pretty it's pretty self-explanatory, right? You take this eyedropper. It looks like iodine. I don't know. I grew up where if you got a cut or a scrape as a kid, as a kid in my house, right, you were given iodine. Like my mother would get the iodine and put iodine right on it. And it would sting. Oh, it would sting so bad. But the thing is I don't know if I need to maybe I need to kind of smush it into the pad. Here, I have this. Look, I found this at the Dollar Tree. So Lisa, over at Lisa's Paper Lace and Bling, she uses these as like glue smearers. And I was like, I have to get one. And I saw one at the Dollar Tree, so I grabbed it. And I'm thinking, it's like this little silicone smearer thing. Maybe I put way too... Oh, no, I think I put way too much. What am I going to do, you guys? What am I going to do? Oh, look at how much that is. Oh, that's really concentrated. Oh, no. What are we going to do? Okay, I think I'm going to let that sit for a while, right? And I'm going to let it soak into the pad. I think that's it. We definitely won't be using it. I'm going to leave this actually to the side so that if we do want some vintage photo ink, we can just use what's on our board, right? That's because that's a lot. I feel like if we put just a little bit of water on there, I mean, that's a lot of ink. Okay. So good to know about the refills are worth it. Wow. It wasn't I think it was like $7 or $8. I'm thinking, don't quote me on that. I don't know. You know me in numbers. I don't do well with numbers. I forget. It was so funny. Last week, I said, we're on page 22 or something. I don't know what I was saying. But no, it's page 27 or 28. Can you believe that? So what are we doing? I got all sidetracked. Okay, happy Friday. We're doing the page by page. Teri chose embossing. So we did that, right? We made our little embossing pieces that we're going to use. And let's grab our signature and see what's going on, right? What page are we working on, etc. This one, right? This one, perfect. It'll go next to our, maybe, things will probably get rearranged. We only have 2 right now, right? So, and we have 5 folded in half to do. So, what are we going to do? Okay, so I want to make flippies, okay? And I love this edge. I might keep it. Do we want to keep it? I love it. I say let's keep it. So we need to cut it here. So I'm going to make flippies that flip this way is kind of the idea. And so we're going to cut both of these at the same time and just make it easy. I'm going to grab this page. Can we take these out? We can. Let's take out our envelopes. Yay for our envelope. I love our envelopes. So fun. Okay, we're going to put those aside. That gives us a way flatter page to work on. That's much better. Right? So this page, right? And so it needs to be cut. What am I doing? Let me think. Okay, it needs to be cut. We can put that aside. And then we're going to score it, right? So that we can fold it. I feel like that's not... Let's just make sure that they're all evenly... Ooh, will it do too? Oh, it will. Okay, you know, watercolor paper is, it's thick, right? Oh, that's pretty. It's like... the hoarder, the paper hoarder in me wants to keep them, right? Oh, you can use them. You can use them. You know what? I will use them. They're going in my scrap box. They'll go in my scrap box, not in the bin. That's what it is. And then from here, at the top of, see, look, you can kind of see where the embossing, I don't know if you can see with the light. Oh, there we go. Here, if I turn this one on too, probably that will help. But you can see where the embossing flattened our watercolor. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna cut it about like a 1/2 inch. I'm thinking a 1/2 inch from that line roughly. That gives us this. No reason to keep it. I'm tossing it. Okay, easy. We'll put this up there and grab the scoreboard. So we need to score it at a 1/2 inch. That's what we decided, right? Right. Grab my little handy 1/2 inch. Yep, that looks right. I just get it twice because it's watercolor paper. Oh, look at how lovely. Let's press that down. Oh, lovely, lovely. Awesome. Okay, same with this one. A 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch. So I don't know if anyone saw Teri's video last week, right? Of the last week's page by page. Oh, it was so cool. The paper she used was so cute. I loved the deer. There's like this deer guy. You'll have to go check it out. He's so great. He's like this deer guy with this with this like tie. Oh, I love him. He's great. And so that's, I think it was a Victoria Designs, I think, kit. She does beautiful kits. Gorgeous, gorgeous kits. Okay. I'm going to just trim these little corners off of there. And now we can play. Well, let's cut these. Okay, so the next idea is, and do we want this bottom piece? I'm really loving this like square thing. Let's do it. Let's cut. We could cut a 3-inch square. Let's do a 3-inch. So from the bottom, 3, and I'm going to cut them both at the same time so we get the same size. That's the plan. So what else do I know? Oh, it's been so windy. So windy. It almost cuts them both at the same time. Yeah, it's been so windy, and the power has been threatening to shut off and all kinds of things. But we're good. Everything's good. But I put up Christmas decorations outside, right? And the tree, I have this little white tree that I put outside, and I put, lights around it and stuff, or, on it. And the wind, and I've staked it down, and I've staked it down, and I've staked it down. Like hammered stakes into the space into the ground, and the wind just knocks it over. It's on its side right now outside. Him and Mr. Santa Claus, they're both on their sides. It's pretty sad. So I told my husband, I was like, will you please fix the Christmas decorations for me? Because obviously I'm not doing the trick. Okay, so where is, oh, we're using our freezer board right now. Oh no. Well, what can you do? We could, I feel like if we work on it at all, we're going to make a mess with this vintage photo. We're better off without it. That's fine. I don't need it. I don't need it. It's fine. I need to scrub my mat anyway. Okay, so I'm going to grab my watercolors. Well, this is gouache. Okay, it's not watercolor. It's gouache. So I'm going to grab that. Well, gouache is watercolor. It's just opaque watercolor. It's less transparent. It's used a lot more for like illustrations and stuff. So I did. Do you think I grabbed water? Absolutely not. No, I didn't. So I'll be right back. Go grab some. Okie dokie, I'm back and we have water and we're ready, I think. So first I'm going to prepare the paint, which means I'm going to spray them. I got to think about what color I want to do. I'm not sure. Hello, Mr. Spray. Perhaps we'll go vintagey. And greens? Maybe like browns and greens? Perhaps so. Perhaps browns and greens. Okay. So our first one, let's grab a brush. Oh, we got a brush. It fell. It fell. It escaped. What brush are we going to use? I'm thinking like this one, right? This brush. Oh, look, it's coming off. Its thing is going to come off. Look at that. As you can tell, these were not the most expensive brushes. That, and I left it. Look, you can tell I left it in the water. Don't leave your brushes in your pots of water, because they'll do that. I'm just going to put a dab of bear glue. Some bear glue. Oh, I almost spilled my water all over my desk. That would have been fun. Oh my goodness, that would have been terrible. Okay, I have not done that yet. I'm looking on my desk now to see if there's anything that would really ruin. Not really. Okay, Mr. Water. Do I have... I do. I have a Timmy towel here. Okay. Let's spray... Okay, this is what I'm... We're going to get situated. Okay, I'm going to lay my towel, Timmy towel down. Right? And I'm going to spray with mist and spray with the water, because this is watercolor paper and we want it to be wet. We don't want it to be too wet. It's probably put too much on there. Just dab up some of the water. Not a big deal. Right? We want it like a shine on it, but we don't want it dripping. That's the idea. And it's going to curve like that. That's okay. I'm just going to kind of work with it. Okay. I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm going to go in with brown. I've decided. Which brown? I don't know. Let's grab some of this brown. What do we think? What do we think of this brown? I don't know. I'm like tempted to add some of this yellow in there. Okay, so there we go. We have some water, or we have some paint, and we have it in our brush, right? Our brush is pretty saturated, and I'm going to come, I don't know, touch here and there. And kind of let it bleed. I'm going to try to let it bleed. That's the idea. Maybe some more water. I don't know. Yeah, maybe some more water. I think it'll be fine. So what else do I know? So we have a love here for gift baskets, right? Especially during the holidays. When I was a child, I had someone who used to always enroll me in like this gift basket raffle or whatever. And so, and like I would win a lot actually. And so I would get these gift baskets, and I didn't really care for them as a child. They were kind of adult gift baskets, they had crackers and cheese and stuff like that. But there were sometimes, candy and goodies and stuff that I would want to partake in. And I don't know, I just grew up and I have like a love for it now, for gift baskets. So I've always wanted to do it and I've never done it before. And so this year I finally had like the thought, I had thought about it in time and I had the money saved up. I decided to order a couple, right? So my sister got one, ordered one for us for Christmas, and it's like a bakery one. And then I ordered like a goodies one, right? With like, it's got like candy and cookies and stuff in it, I think. But the thing is it's like, it's been sealed, like the way they packed it, which is such a cool idea, right? They just completely sealed it. So I'm going to add a little bit of this brown. Look, it's totally muddying up this green. Ooh, I like it. And I'm going to start adding some green. Oh, wow, that's gorgeous. I love it. Really needed the green. Look at that. Just going to kind of bleed some up into here. Some green, some touches of green. So yay, it arrived, but yeah, it's all been tied with a ribbon and I went to go look in it. But they wrapped a ribbon around it and tied it. Like, no, you're not peeking in there unless you have to open it. And I was like, oh, how smart. So I'm all super excited for Christmas morning because I wasn't too picky and I wasn't too, I wasn't like all really looking at what was going to be in the box because I wanted to be kind of surprised too. I kind of skimmed through it and was like, okay, that sounds good. That sounds like stuff we would actually eat, because sometimes you can get weird gourmet things in gift baskets that are not. Sometimes you get weird gift baskets, which is, yes, brings me to Matthew, my husband. So it's so funny. So my sister got the bakery one, right? My sister ordered the bakery one, and I ordered the goodies one. Well, my husband ended up getting one from work. His work ended up sending one out because they were going to do like a Christmas party thing for like all the employees and their families and stuff, but they canceled it because of, of everything going on. So instead they were like, well, to make it up to everyone, we'll send out gift baskets. So they sent out gift baskets. And I tell you, so it arrived, right? And we were all excited. We went through it. And it was just, I don't know. You can tell it's marketed like towards men, right? And I can tell you that men, I don't know. Like, do men not know how to pack a gift basket? First of all, it was missing its basket. There was no basket. There was just no basket. It was gone. None. Zero to be found. Everything was just in its packed box that like it was shipped in, right? Just the cardboard like box or whatever. And it it didn't even have like cool packing paper or anything I could use. It had like this shredded paper stuff. But so it had a thing of chapstick, right? And it was like Colorado themed. It was a Colorado themed gift basket. And it was nice. It's lovely. I'm not complaining. I don't want to make it sound like I'm all, But these are things that I observed because, we've gotten quite a few in the past few days. So was a chapstick in this gift basket, and it has its price tag on it. So the chapstick costs $3, and whoever packed it in the gift basket just took like a marker and scratched out the three, but they didn't even do a very good job of that because you can still read the price tag through the marker. And then it came with like these like honey sticks, right? And it also has its price tag on there, crossed out with a marker. And then, so the one cool thing that it came with, it came with a couple cool things, but one of the cool things it came with was, when originally looking at was like a green chili thing, right? Like, oh, green chili, like, oh, awesome. And we look, and Matthew's looking, and he's opening it, and he looks, and it's like a little box, and he looks at this box, and he looks at the back of the box, and he's like, wait a second. So basically, the instructions are make green chili, right? And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, it's just seasoning. And he opens the box and he pulls it out, and it's just this powder, this little package of powder. And I thought, why? I make green chili, and I've never used like a green chili seasoning, right? Like the green chilies and everything, season it like, and then you put a little bit of garlic and some, this and that. But yeah, funny. But the another thing that it came with was a this really cool little Colorado like thermal jacket that has these little handles, but it's like the arms that are like, like it's putting its hands on its waist, but it's thermal, and it's to hold a can. So I think the idea is like you hold your beer in it or whatever. But yeah, that was that. I was like, wow. Me and Matthew were laughing, and he was like, it doesn't even come with a basket. I was like, I know. He was like, the basket is part of the whole experience. Oh, what can you do? But it was, I mean, again, I make it sound like it was, it came with some really good chocolates. So that was good. I ate those. Oh, what else? Yeah, chapstick. $3 chapstick, to be precise. Yeah, funny stuff. But what else was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the weather. The wind has been just terrible. I know a ton of people here in the Midwest are without power completely and have been. Yeah, I don't know. There was tornadoes in December. I'm telling you, it's been crazy. Like it's been 70 degrees all December. I've never seen ever before in my entire life. I've lived here my whole life. It is surreal. It's the Twilight Zone, Do 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 do. Whatever. It's like going to be a tropical Christmas. I should have got a palm tree, and we could have done the California thing, the Florida thing, right? Decorate palm trees with Christmas. Okay, so here we go. We have our pieces. Let's check our pad. Oh, look at that. It's soaked in, most of it. Look, it's all soaked in and everything. Okay, I'm going to let that soak in some more. And then let's grab our dauber. Like that's our purple. There we go. Oh, our Velcro just came off of our dauber. Okay. We're all dry. Let me kind of wet a little bit of, grab some of this. Look at all that ink. That's a lot of ink. I said, look at that. Oh, look, look. Oh, how fancy. I love. Okay, so the trick to the ink, to the Tim Holtz ink, are the refills, the little refill bottles. Because then you can really get like a good amount of ink, you know? Look at that. That's excellent. Excellent. And then it's actually the color that I want. It's darker. It's not that like tea stained color, right? So if we grab our brush, let's just grab some of this, right? Let's try to lightly make some of this embossing pop if we can. So my husband, they did cancel the Christmas party, right, at work, at Matthew's work. However, they are going to do like a little potluck just of like, you know, the people in his building, because they all work together anyway, you know. So I made homemade macaroni and cheese because, and I don't like it. I don't like homemade macaroni and cheese. But my husband loves it. So I made it for him. And he's always going on and on about it at work or whatever. So he can go and show everyone the homemade macaroni and cheese that I really don't like. I'm picky on my macaroni and cheese, though. I'm picky on noodles in general. Just any noodles I'm very picky on. So what do we think? That looks much better, right? It pops a lot more than this one, for sure. The difference? Yes? Okay, let's do that treatment to this one. Okay. So we have this that I want to glue on here, and then this I want to glue on here, like this, as like a little pocket on each little flip, like this. And we're going to emboss a couple of things on here, okay? So that's the next step, is to emboss. We're going to do some stamp embossing. All right, and I'm going to use the copper. And this is, it has those black spots because my stamp wasn't clean when I was using it. So that's what those are. It's not all gross or anything, I promise. I mean, it looks that way, but I'm not so great about making sure my stamps are clean. Okay, I love this butterfly. This butterfly, definitely. Look at that. And then, should we use another butterfly or should we use a flower? I'm just not quite sure. We could do a heart. A heart. I like the idea of the flower. What about this big one? This one. Right? So we'll do a flower and a butterfly in copper. Okay, so for this I am going to get my stamping pad out. Oh my goodness. We're going to grab this and this. Okay, so the flower. This Recollections embossing pad is the best embossing pad I've ever had. Of all the embossing pads I've used, that Recollections one is amazing. Okay, so here we go. Now we're gonna see. Dum dum dum. Oh, look, look, look. I love it. Oh, he's so pretty. Okay, we're going to put him over here. And we'll put this powder. Attempt to do it without spilling it. I've got a little piece of string or something in there. Get out of there. You unwanted piece of string. No one invited you. Okay. Let's do this one next. Okay. Oh, I hope it worked. Because that butterfly is really cool. Oh, he came out okay. He's missing a little bit on where the embossing is, but what can you do? That's okie dokie and fine with me. You can tell it's a butterfly, and that's all that matters. Okay. Let's put this away. Okay, let's use the heat gun. Dum, dum, dum. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, I think we're good. It was a little hot there. Got a little hot. Okay, those look great. Okay, and those are going to go on our flips like that. And what we're going to do is on this back side, and it'll also fix the, right, because it's curled, the paper with the water. I have some cardstock that I'm just going to use. This odd color, huh? It's like an odd color, but whatever. It's fine. I'm just going to make it a tiny little bit smaller. I'm going to fold it in half before I cut it so that I get two, and it will cut down, and it will cut down my cutting time. Ha ha ha. Okay. Theoretically, if we don't mess it up, huh? Okay. Awesome. Yes, and then those will go on there, and that'll keep them from curling so much. Let's ink the back of them though before we. How is that? I'm not so sure. I'm thinking I'll use the dauber. Yep. Yep. And these, all the inking, always inking. What else do I know? Oh, the plumber. So our bathtub upstairs, not the bathtub, but it ended up being the shower. But I noticed, so I took a shower the other day, and my husband's like, yeah, so we're leaking in the basement. Oh, no. And I thought, worst case scenario, it was a drain, right? Like, I think that's all we need. Soapy, gray water kind of stuff, whatever, flooding the basement. And, all my craft stuff is down here. Now, I was very careful to make sure when I put my craft area set up, I made sure it was away from all the plumbing so that if there was an issue, it wouldn't ruin, right? It wouldn't ruin all my craft stuff. But we ended up getting a plumber in this morning, and he was a really nice guy and was really quick and efficient. And I was actually ended up getting kind of upset at whoever did the bathroom plumbing before we moved in, because the shower, the pipe that connects the shower head to the main pipe was made out of plastic. And you couldn't tell because it had like an aluminum covering around it. But he opened it up and it was like plastic all on the inside. And he was like, you can't use a plastic pipe. Like, he was so upset, so it was all broken and messed up. I guess he had to go buy some new or some different kind of tool. I almost had a heart attack there putting that embossed part down on that side. Okay, let's just get these inked and get them glued on. Okay, good deal. Okay, so I'm going to use, what shall I use? My art glitter glue maybe? Will it cooperate today? Oh, look, it wants to play. It's funny, I use the different glues depending on who wants to play. Okay, we're going to put this down. So yeah, I'm hoping I got the iMac kind of figured out. The plumbing did get fixed, so that is really good. I'm very happy about that. We don't have water leaking into the basement anymore. And yeah, so where it was leaking from was the ceiling up above next to like the washer and like the clothes washer. And I had a big bag there to put like trash in and stuff, as I do laundry or whatever. And it was one of those really big, like heavy duty construction site, like hefty bags. So I was really happy that that's what it was. So it didn't leak. It was like leak proof. So it leaked right. I was fortunate. It leaked right into that bag. And then I was just able to take the bag right outside, and it wasn't even an issue. Didn't leak or get anything wet. Well, it leaked a little bit off of the bag and onto the concrete and ran down a little bit. But not too bad, not too bad. It could have been way worse, way worse. Okay, I'm going to glue on our pockets. I'm going to glue it like that, and then I'll come in with a little bit of glue on the little Those cool little edges. So what do we want to do? Do we want to do it like all the way down here, over here in the corner, in the middle? I kind of really liked in the corner. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go for what I really like. It's the corner. Hopefully it'll stick. Why are you not sticking? Probably because the embossing. Just help it along a little bit. There we go. So there we go. That one, and then this one, maybe we'll put on this side. I kind of like the idea of the same. Just put it the same. Okie dokie. There we go. So yeah, I'm so excited for sticky buns. My mother, it was a thing she made every time that they had like a baking, what do they call them? Oh, they're like little bake sales. Bake sales. That's exactly what they're called. Every time my church or whatever growing up, right, when my mom, the church we went to growing up, they'd have a bake sale or whatever, my mother would always make sticky buns. Right, or every time that there was a potluck or anything like that, she'd always make sticky buns. So, okay, what page are we going to put underneath it, though? That's the question, right? What are we going to back it with? So I have this Tim Holtz pad. I'm really liking that. I really like those. Okay, I have two of them too. Let's just do it. Okay. I want the flowers. I'm going to put these marks in dark enough so that I can see them, or I'm going to lose them. I always try to anyway. Put my marks in. Okay, I'm going to cut it along here because I like this. I don't want to... Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. And then Mr. Birdie, right? Yep. So we can keep Mr. Birdie and use him for something else. Right? That's a great... Look at that. That's so great. So wonderful. I love his papers, though. Tim Holtz makes great papers. Going to miss them. Oh, I love that. Isn't that's gorgeous? And then these will go on top. Like this. And then it will reveal it after you flip it up. That's the idea. I mean, I suppose it doesn't match completely. This is a little more light and ethereal. This is a little more grungy, but whatever. It's fine. Let me grab some ink. Ink on the dauber. Let's ink this. Get it on there. And then tomorrow, on Saturday, will be the page by page with Miss P, and we'll be doing ephemera. Doom, doom, doom. I'm not sure what I'm going to do or what kind of ephemera I'm going to use, but we will think of something, I'm sure, between now and then. Okay, I'm just going to go simple. I'm just going to glue it down. Not going to be fancy. I thought about cutting slits in and putting the little flaps through the slits, but I decided against it on the last minute. I'm just going to be very simple. Let's give it a good bray. Looks good, looks good. Okay, so this one is going to go up here like that. Let's make sure it's pressed good. Then I'll probably cover the flaps with ribbon or washi tape. I have some nice washi tape that might go. Okay, so, right, because that does stand out so much. And then this one is going to go under it. I kind of wanted the flower on top. I could put the butterfly all the way down here so that it could look like this. I kind of don't like that though. I kind of really wanted the butterfly on top, but whatever, it's fine. Butterfly is hibernating behind the flower or something. Okay, let's just get this glued down. It's like a little bit, it's a little bit crooked. I think it's fine. Yeah? See? Up like that. Ta-da! Yay. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is cover these flaps because that's just hideous. Here we go. I have this. This I think is Tim Holtz. What design tape is what he calls it. This is like wanting to curl up. Ta-da! And that will even reinforce our flaps as well. Right? Awesome. Okay, so this one needs pressed. Okay. And then, yes, I will be back to finish up that purple journal. It's so close to being done. I need to just do it. It's it's literally one step away from being finished. It's that close, and then it will be done. We need something to put in these pockets. We have these. Should we do it? Let's see, will that be thin enough? Not quite, of course. Okay, we'll cut a bit off of you then. How about that? Now you'll fit in there. Look at that. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna grab what if we took it like this? Oh, look at that. That's really cool, actually. Look at the way the embossing picked up the ink. That's really cool. Ta-da! Those look great. It's really interesting the way the ink picked up on the watercolor paper. I think that's interesting. I'm just going to darken it a little bit. Right, vintage it up so it's not so white. Break that white down. I'll do the same on the other side. Look at that. That looks great. And we used up that ink. I'm happy we used up that ink that I spilled all over. I put way too much. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay. How fun. I'm really happy with this week's page. Right, that looks great. Put that one and that one. And there we go. We have our page for this week. It is really light compared to the paper underneath it, isn't it? I don't care. I really like it. I do. So that's it. Let's see what it looks like next to our butterfly ladies. Right? Isn't it supposed to go like this? Yep. Oh yeah, that actually looks really good next to our butterflies. Actually, I really like it. It ended up looking really good. Yeah. Let's put our envelopes back in our ribbon. Okay, and that's it. And then, oh, I get to pick the prompt for next week, huh? Let's do lace. Let's go lace. Lace. Do whatever you want with lace, but lace is the prompt. And so that was what we will do next week for Friday. And please make sure you go check out Teri's video. I'm super excited to see what she does with embossing. And I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.